Hey beautiful souls, welcome to my YouTube channel, Blissful Metamorphosis. Today I want to talk about the second agreement written by Don Miguel Ruiz. Now, the second agreement talks about how to not take things personally. In my first video, we talked about the first agreement and how to be impeccable with our words, okay? So basically, when someone, for example, is screaming insanities or they're using bad words to curse us and they're insulting us, this is not a reflection of you, okay? So if someone is standing there in front of your face and they're calling you names and they're angry, or maybe they are being passive aggressive with their words meant to insult you, this is never a statement about you. This is what they are projecting from the inside onto you, but it feels like it's your fault. It feels like you really are those things that they're calling you or accusing you of. But you have to realize that it's never your fault and it's never about you. So that's where we make the mistake, is thinking that it's about us when it's not. So don't believe what people tell you, especially when it's negative, because it's poison and you don't have to drink the poison. You don't have to accept it. You don't have to make any agreements with it, okay? So you are building up an immunity to other people's opinions about you, because someone's opinion about you is really a projection, and it's a statement about who they are. It's something they have internalized when they were children because of the environment that they grew in, okay? So we can build up this immunity to other people's opinions and actions and feelings because they're only projections unto us. We don't have to suffer, okay? When we accept other people's opinions about us, we're taking it personally and we're creating a hell. You've heard of the hell spoken about in Christianity, Catholicism, and other religions. Well, this is talking about a personal hell that we create ourselves because we accept the opinions of others and their beliefs that are projected onto us, okay? We can cause ourselves to suffer emotionally. Remember that when someone is projecting their own emotions, feelings, and thoughts onto you and they're hateful, it's never about you. Sometimes we take things personally. Sometimes our ego can get the best of us and we can be selfish that way, okay? I'm sure you are a very giving, loving person. If you're watching this video, Spirit brought you here for a reason. You needed to hear this. It's never your fault. The way someone else feels about you or what they think is never your fault, okay? So don't make it about you. And also, don't make assumptions about yourself based on somebody else's words or opinions, okay? Sometimes we can assume the worst about ourselves. It's like, have you ever met someone for the first time and they're so negative and so full of poison that when they came around you, you felt depleted. You felt like somebody zapped your energy. Like you couldn't think, everything was a fog, a haze. That's because their world is entirely consuming your world and it's overpowering it. Okay, that's where you become vulnerable, especially if you're an empath. Okay, now if someone, for example, says, you're ugly, you're stupid, you can't do it, you're not good enough, that is poison. Poison comes in all forms. It could also be passive aggressive, okay? You feel it in your heart space. You feel it, in your third chakra, in your heart chakra. It feels like a knife, or like somebody just, threw some arrows at you or flung a knife. It feels like it's pierced your whole being. That's what poison feels like when it's coming from someone who's really negative. And you have to know that it's poison and that you don't have to drink it. You can walk away. Also, don't be an easy prey, because people who use black magic, poison to hurt other people are looking for a prey. They are using hook words to bring you down. Have you ever noticed those people that just get really down about themselves and really negative because someone just, spoke one negative word into their life? You don't want to be that person, okay? Because you don't deserve it. And you deserve people who love you. You deserve people who speak positivity into your life. When we don't accept this poison, we're taking our power back. You want to take your power back from these people that like to poison you, whether it's family, friends, or strangers. Just know that you're strong enough and that you always want to take your power back. So if you're just going to the store, or you're going to the gas station, you're running errands, and someone just drops out of nowhere into your path and says something to you or does something that makes you feel a certain way, that's poison. If you react, okay, in that moment, you have just given your power away. You've given a little piece of your mind, your spirit, your soul. You have given someone power over you, and you don't want to do that. You don't want to react. You want to keep your peace, your cool, your calm. When we take things personally, we defend ourselves, okay? And we want to be right. And we start to project the same type of energy that's being projected onto us. So that person wins, or that group of people, they have power over us, okay? So we don't want to give our power away. People have their own demons. And sometimes it is because they have their own wounds from childhood or some time in their life. It is because they carry these open wounds that they project. They struggle with their own inner demons. So they attack with words, okay? I see the world through my own eyes. You see the world through your own eyes. When you just meet someone or you run into a negative person, you have to realize that they see the world through their own eyes. And that might be in a negative way. Maybe their glasses or their eyes can only see bad. So they can only project negative things. They can only say negative things. So that's why it's not your fault. You just happen to be in their path, okay? So never blame yourself if you encounter a person that just throws poison at you. Don't react. Don't say anything. Walk away. Now, fear, jealousy, anger, hate, sadness, This all comes from being in that state of mind, from viewing the world through an old programming that is poisonous, that is negative, okay? These type of people are all around us, no matter where you go. So you have to know yourself, and you have to love yourself so that you can identify and recognize these people when they come into your path and you don't react or give your power away. Okay? Also, we have opinions about ourselves. And it can be like a broken record that spins and spins and plays the same record every day from the moment that you wake up and you go to sleep. But you don't have to accept or believe those thoughts. You don't have to make agreements with them. I always like to think of thoughts as leaves. So imagine you're sitting by a river or an ocean and you're meditating, your eyes are closed. You're sitting and your thoughts are just coming through like leaves or fish. You're just letting them go as you just sit there and you take a few deep breaths. You sit there and you watch your thoughts pass by. They're negative. You are not your thoughts. Watch them pass by. Guadalupe, you're stupid. I don't believe you. Goodbye. I'm actually very smart. Guadalupe, you're not enough. Nobody wants you. I don't believe you. Go away. Actually, I am wanted and I am enough. You can speak to those thoughts and you can just watch them pass by. In the same way, you're not your emotions. Okay? You can focus on something more positive. Now, I talked about, the program in your mind, the lies. So there's a lot of lies in the world. People are living a life of lies. They're stuck in the matrix. They're stuck in their old programs and their old ways because they don't know any better, okay? So don't suffer. You can bring order to chaos. You can bring peace and harmony to your mind, and you can project that out into the world. So when it gets chaotic in your mind and this broken record is playing and it's negative and it's telling you that you're not good enough, that you're not loved, and it's an old program, watch those thoughts pass you by and do not believe. Don't abuse yourself mentally and don't let others abuse you. Suffering is an agreement that we make with ourselves, that we make with others once they use that black magic and they give us that poison with their words. We don't have to suffer. If people lie or they omit information about their lives to manipulate you, to take money from you, to use you sexually or for money, if people come into your life and they just want to use you, they just want to take something from you, you're just a means to an end, a resource, an option. It's not your fault. They just have limiting beliefs. They have limiting thoughts. Okay? And they don't even know what they feel. So it's not your fault. If crappy people come and they make you feel like you're nothing, that's a lie. It's not your fault. Remember to tell yourself the truth. When you know yourself, you tell yourself the truth. What is the truth? Well, the truth is definitely not that you're ugly and stupid and that you're not enough. The truth is you are enough. You are a child of the universe. You are that love and that light. You are beautiful. You are lovable. You are loved because it is in you and it's a part of you. Know the truth about yourself, because the more you know the truth, the less you will believe the lies. And you won't accept people's crap or their negativity. You won't put up with it. Become immune to poison, to people's words and opinions that are negative, to the social media, which is also full of negativity and it also tells lies. Do not drink the poison, especially during this time, this pandemic. Do not believe the lies. Know that you are a being of love and light, and the universe supports you. Also, routines that cause needless suffering. We make ourselves suffer and we punish ourselves. When we wake up, we blame ourselves. We repeat stories that people tell us about ourselves. We put ourselves down with words that don't even belong to us. So don't put yourself down, okay? Build yourself up, because if you don't build yourself up, nobody else is going to. You need to be strong in your mind and in your heart for you. Okay? Also, I want you to repeat with me the following. I will not take anything personally. I am responsible for me. I will not take anything personally. I am responsible for me. I will not take anything personally. I am responsible for me. Do not take anything personally, because it's not your fault and it's not who you are. It's not a true representation of the divine, beautiful soul that you are. So you don't have to take people's crap. You don't have to take their BS. You don't even have to take your own BS and your own bull crap. You don't have to accept when you yourself put yourself down. You can speak to that. Remember that. When you love yourself truly, and you treat yourself with kindness and compassion, and you speak to yourself that way, it won't be hard to ask people for things, because you won't be afraid if they say no. You won't feel rejected or hated. And you'll just let it go. Okay, well, that person said no. It's okay. I'll just ask somebody else, or I'll find a different way. Okay? And it becomes easier to say no to people without being afraid of being rejected or having them walk away. And if they have attitude because you say no, you won't take it personally. You'll continue to live your life, and you'll continue to love yourself and think positive about yourself. Also, you can create bliss, or you can create hell in your mind, in your heart, in your soul, in your spirit, and in your environment. You can create hell, or you can create peace. Remember that. That's how powerful your mind is. But also remember that you don't want to be prey to someone that uses black magic to bring you down and others around you. Be the change you wish to create. Easier said than done, but you can work at it on a daily basis, just like I can work at it. We can do this together. Don't give up. Know your worth and know your value. Namaste.